Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. You're watching EpicEats with Janet. Today we're going to be using one of Epicure's newest additions to our line of products, and it's the Luscious Lemon Curd. But we won't be making the lemon curd today. Today we'll be making Luscious Lemon Loaf. One of the great things about Epicure is our products have lots of variations. You don't have to make exactly what the product specifies. You have lots of different options, and all of our recipes are right online on my website. But today we're going to be using the Luscious Lemon Curd, and we will be making the Luscious Lemon Loaf, which is a nice loaf of bread with a beautiful glaze on top. So let's get started. The list of ingredients that we will be using today are the package of the curd, 3 eggs, 1 cup of sour cream, a half a cup of vegetable oil, or whatever kind of oil you typically use when you're baking, 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. I'm using dried, but you can use fresh if you prefer, 1.5 cups of flour, and I'm using gluten-free flour to make this a gluten-free recipe, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, and a little bit of salt as well. And our glaze we'll cover in a moment after we get the loaf itself prepared. So first thing first, I'm going to open up our package and set that aside. I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. So right now we are going to take our eggs and whisk them along with the sour cream. We're just going to whisk that together. Perfect. To that, we are going to add our oil and the lemon zest. And give it a little stir. And we'll measure out 2 tablespoons of the baking powder. And today I'll be using our 4-in-1 measuring spoon. This thing is awesome. You've got tablespoon here, you've got teaspoon here, and then you flip it over. You've got a half a teaspoon and also a little mark halfway to show a 1/4 teaspoon. So you get 4 different measurements in one product. This is awesome. So we're going to measure 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I'm going to put it in with our flour and just incorporate that a little bit. And a pinch of salt. And then we're going to add that to our liquid and mix it up. And that is all there is to it. Very excited to try this lemon curd. This is the first time I make the loaf with this package. But the lemon curd itself is delicious. You can serve it with Cool Whip, you can make mousse, all kinds of things that you can make with the lemon curd. That is all nicely incorporated. Now we're going to add our Luscious Lemon Curd package. The whole package will go in, and we'll stir that up. This is going to bake for about 30 minutes. I'm going to just give a spritz to my loaf pan, and we're going to throw this in. Okay, now we're going to pop that in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. Okay, so while the lemon loaf is in the oven cooking, we're going to go ahead and make the glaze. Super easy. This is 1 cup of confectioner's sugar, and to that we are going to add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then we're going to whisk it up and set it aside, and we'll be waiting until the loaf comes out of the oven and is completely cooled before we put the glaze on top. And that's it. The glaze is done. Okay, so my timer just went off on my oven, so we're going to get the lemon loaf out of the oven and see if it's done. Well, let's do a toothpick test. Comes out clean, and it is perfectly cooked. I'll set this aside. We're going to let that cool for about 15 minutes. So the lemon loaf is out of the oven. It's all cooled. I took it out of the pan, and so here it is. And we're going to add the glaze now. I'm just going to pour some of this glaze right on top. Oh, this looks so delicious. I'm going to reserve a little bit of the glaze to put onto a slice. And a little bit of glaze on top. Cupcakes, curd, mousse, tarts, lemon bread. There are all kinds of things that you can make with Epicure's Luscious Lemon Curd.